Hello Internet! What's up my peeps? When I was a kid, my family and I used to venture out in the wild woods of Sweden and pick blueberries. And we always used regular buckets like these. The problem with the bucket though is that if you fill this and then spill this, you're gonna have a really bad time picking those blueberries up again. So in this video, we're going to try and build a purpose-made container that you can bring with you out into the woods or wherever you pick your berries and not fear spilling your blueberries, or I guess lingonberries, if you tip it. I'm pretty certain this will work, but hey, the proof is in the pudding, so let's get to it, shall we? We'll start by removing the label to make it easier to mark and measure. For this to work, I think we need to cut it here, where the neck piece is the thickest, the widest in diameter. So I'm gonna cut it just below this lip. I'm not sure how easy it is to see on camera since this is almost transparent. But there's a lip here, precisely where the label was. I'm gonna cut it right below that. My finest cut, but it should work well enough. We can actually take a bit more of the neck. As you can see, there's quite a bit left. It does fit in there quite a bit better though. Because I can see that it sticks down quite a bit into the container. So I'm just gonna eliminate this much. You want to keep the actual neck as narrow as possible. That was a lot easier than I might have saw. Perhaps I should have used this for cutting it too as well. And then we're going to add tape. I'm using electrical tape just as a test. There we go. This should be securely in there now. Unfortunately, I don't have any blueberries yet. I'm making this because I'm going to pick the blueberries on my property. But for the sake of demonstration, I have a, not sure how easy you can see it, but this is a bucket of gravel. The idea is that you grab yourself one or two or more blueberries and then you just chuck them in there. You have a healthy amount of blueberries. And then when you tip this over, of course if you do like this, yes, then they will fall out. But it's not a disaster. And again, blueberries are a much more rolly. So this, but yeah, let's fill it up and see how that works. And this is why you want the filler neck to be as far up as possible, because we can only fill it approximately this much. This is a 2-liter bottle, so I would assume that this is roughly a liter. Let's see what happens if we tip this one over. I'd say that this is better than a bucket. The reason we're taping this and not doing anything else is because we want to be able to just remove the tape. And then we just pour this into our actual bucket, the one we have in our car or at a safe place. Then we put this one back on, tape it down, and continue picking our berries. The more narrow the neck is, the harder it is for the berries to get back out, but also to get in. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know how to improve this. So this might just not work. I mean, the reason the previous version worked was because there was nothing preventing the berries from falling into the container. Now we have a flat surface with a hole in it. Not really sure how well you can see it, but there it is. It could be that everything just piles up within the cap. Yeah, there we go. I guess you could just... Gravel isn't really representative of blueberries in any way, shape, taste or form. There's a much smaller risk of the berries falling out. But then again, still this a 12 millimeter hole. 12 millimeter. That's a 12 mil hole. Yeah, that's close to 22. So we have another 10 mil to go from this hole. I'm not sure it's worth it. Well, the pros of this design is that it's not really sure how easy you can see it, but yeah, probably see my finger. It's just 2-3 centimeters, an inch roughly, taken up by the sprout or the neck. But this could make it so much easier for the berries to just bloops. I'm actually gonna go with this one. So let's give it a try. I'm the first one to admit that I'm too much of a coward to just tip this over out in the woods. I mean, sure, I only spent 10 minutes on these, but I'm really looking forward to having blueberries with my ice cream. But let's try and sort of tip it over here instead and see what happens. Nothing, of course, since it wasn't full. There are berries falling out, but this is an extreme situation, so I still think that this is a solid concept. I mean, I'm not sure how easy you can see it, but there's quite a bit of berries that won't get out unless you absolutely fill this to the brim. But then it would still sort of clog up the neck, I think. There you have it. I think this turned out quite well, to be honest. I'm again pretty pleased that it worked out as well as I thought it would. If you found this video interesting, useful, entertaining, or perhaps all of the above, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, all of that standard YouTube stuff. And if you really want to support the channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link down in the description. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!